I don't want to be late. Oh, so I'm a couple minutes early. It's kind of an impromptu live, sort of, because I didn't get the information out early enough. But I guess I can talk to myself for a little while. I know a lot of you are probably over watching uh, Harry's channel. Yeah, see, I get on the channel and then I can't say what I'm trying to say. Homeworld Racing. They're doing they're racing the cars that everybody built. And I said I wasn't going to interrupt it, but in case you're not into that thing, I thought I'd still be here anyway. I did not enter. I wished I had. I kind of got a little flack for it because I have two cars. So George tried to tell me to enter the Cobra, and that's never going to happen, folks. When I get it done, that's a strictly my track car. Um, I'm taking my time with it. I should be further along, but time's been kind of crazy. So, yeah, I don't see anybody yet. I see one person in. We got somebody out there watching. Unless it's Mark and me. It's possible. I can wait a little bit. It's just now 7 o'clock here in the old United States, here in Indiana. Yeah. So I got the one watching. Yeah, I got some information I wanted to go over tonight and kind of talk about some things in slot car relations and I actually have a little bit of a list here today. Can you believe it? And I am going to try and shorten it a little bit. I've been averaging 2.5 hours, and I think that's a little long because I'm basically going right up to my bedtime. And I would like to get to work early tomorrow and get my Friday over with so I can get on with the weekend. As all of you would like to do as well. So you need a good night's rest to do that. Oh, Lord. Kind of hard to start a conversation, huh? So as most of you know, if you watch any of my stuff, I have I guess we'll call him a mascot, my new dog in the world. Yeah, he's a Australian Shepherd. I knew I liked those bloody Australians. I don't know what the hell the deal is. No, I've always liked the Australian Shepherd mix. I had an Australian Shepherd Lab mix, greatest dog I ever owned, and I've always wanted to get another Australian Shepherd. This one just happened to come along through my son, actually, believe it or not, through my sons. My one son told me, and my other son, it was somebody he knew, and anyway, or his girlfriend knew. Anyway, regardless. So I got me a new Australian Blue Heeler mix. It really looks more Australian Shepherd than anything. He's rode with me the last couple days in the truck. Been a great dog. Sleeps a lot, but he slept in bed with me the last. Well, let's see. I got him Monday night. So Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday night. So I've had no accidents whatsoever in the bed, and I mean he wakes me up whenever he's ready to go out. He's only 6 weeks old, so super intelligent dog. Looking forward to getting him to learn his name. I did put it on Facebook. I think I changed it finally. I originally named him Dasher. I'll tell you the story. Wife and daughter didn't really care for it that much. I tried to explain why I was naming it that, and honestly, it had nothing to do with my slot car garage that I built for magnetic racing. I just thought it would be a good name. You know, I'm always Christmas themed on everything I do anyway. Usually we name our dogs after some kind of favorite show or movie or character from that movie. My other dog, his name's Negan, which obviously The Walking Dead. You know, you get that one. My previous Australian Shepherd Lab mix was Mufasa, after The Lion King, one of my favorite cartoons from Disney. So, well, I went up to 3, and now I'm back down to 1. Hey, yeah, people aren't interested. I can't really talk about anything when I only got one person talking. Well, you know, I said I'd do this no matter whether I had one person watching or a million. So, whoever you are out there, keep watching. I'll eventually start this thing up. I was just trying to do some formalities, try and see if people want to join tonight or. So yeah, most of our dogs are named after something. Buddy is one of my wife's Chihuahuas. He's named after Buddy the Elf from. Hey, I'm awake. Are you hearing me? Is this even coming through? I guess. Is that the question? I mean, it shows I'm live 4:29, 4 minutes and 29 seconds in. Shane, can you hear me? Or can you see me? Oh, I guess that means cheerio. Oh, wait a minute. That's English stuff, isn't it? How do you Australians say it? What? Speak up. Is my mic? I might have messed with my mic. Let me get this thing in place. Can you hear it? Am I coming in loudly now? Or is there something wrong with it? You cannot hear me. Okay, let me look at this for a second. I don't think I can get it any louder. Let's see if I can find out what's going on. Customization. I know it was on. Let's see here. Live reactions. It's not going to let me change details. No, since Thursday. Yeah. Webcam. Are you messing with me? Are you serious? Because I don't know how to close this page now. Is this any fucking louder? Oh, excuse my language. Yeah. Here's what I got to say, Shane. I think you're by one. Oh, we got 2 watchers now. Hey, Raul, how are you doing? I hope I'm coming in real loud now that Shane played this prank on me about he couldn't hear me. I haven't seen you in a while, Raul. How you been, my friend? Thanks a lot, Shane. Now you got me all tightened up and going, oh, what did I do wrong? Oh, I'm real loud now. You want me to back it off a little bit? I can back it off. Is that better? Yeah, I know you've ventured on to other things, so we don't see much of you anymore. So I'm glad to see you. I'm doing great. I had a new member to the family. You know, I still haven't bought any of your slot cars yet. I think I sent you a message on one of them. It was the number 55. I can't remember the car. I think it was the one you bought over at, or it was the. Give me a break. Let me think about it. It was one of those special cars that you just couldn't get anywhere. I think you had to get it at the Slot Car Fest, and you had one. It was number 55. That's all I remember. You are back to slot cars? Have I just not been seeing you? Because I didn't unsubscribe from your channel. He's upstairs. The little jerk wouldn't come down here. My big dog wanted to come down here, though. Negan wanted to come down. He's upstairs. He's got a newfound friend with Maya, our other Chihuahua. They play back and forth because she's the only female and she's the one that will tolerate him. I actually left him home today and went to work. Oh. And then I came home and I came in the backyard to drop off that sand I didn't drop off this morning. And he was out back and he just started whining and came running up to me. It was great. I don't think I'll do that again. Yeah, that one video when you were doing the sales of the car with your daughter, I thought that was a great episode because you guys were doing something together, and that's pretty important. I think that's great. I really did like that. Although I thought you were being a little hard on her, and if she's there, she's probably going, "Yeah, Dad." You're like, no, we're not selling that car. No. No, that one goes over here, not there. But yeah, it was good. I like the fact that she was helping you and you guys were, it was great that both of you were on there. So, oh, so you're doing the 124 kits now. Okay. Dad Dynamics. That's right. All 3 of us are dads. I know a lot of people are watching Harry over at Homeworld Racing tonight. They were live earlier, and I left so I could get this one started. And I contemplated whether I'd do a live, but I was like, not everybody is into that car building thing. So I figured I'd just go over here and go ahead and talk anyway. Well, hello, Clearwater. My name's Eric. It's not all. I'm sorry. But yeah, I had a few things. I actually brought a list this time. It's not much, but I had a little bit to go off of this week. Mainly, a lot of it was today. I mean, good Lord, I laughed so damn hard today. It was crazy. Yeah. So I guess we could start with that since I know a lot of people aren't going to be here because you're going to be watching the other channels. So yeah, I started. Let's just start off the morning here. Woke up. I was actually late, and I ended up watching that slot car guys, their new little show with all four of them. You got Travis from Slot Car Guy, Shane obviously from Hughes, Shane from Slot Car Hub, and you had Pat from Pat Slots. And these guys, I mean, I only saw the tail end. I came in and I said hello, and they're all like, "Oh, Wildman, now we got to go." I was like, "Great!" I finally show up, and they leave. But what I did see, yes, I am. I'm thinking about going out to Electric Dreams and kidnapping her back. What do you think, Raul? Should I do it? But yeah, the first. I mean, I watched the little segment there. I mean, those guys looked like they were having a blast, so I went back and watched it later. And my God, they had me laughing so hard. Uh, yeah, I wish I could afford to go to Electric Dreams. I'd love to meet them all. That'd be fun. Um, you will be there? Oh, really? All right, Raul. Now we got a plan. You're going to kidnap Betty, and you can have her for a few weeks and then bring her to me or send her to me. Or I'll send Batman up to send her to me. Are you racing? That's what I want to know. If you're going, are you racing? So my understanding, there's a few YouTubers going this year. Oh, Massimo's going to as well. All right. Well, hello, Slot Car Hub. We were just talking about you for just a second ago. You are racing. Oh, well, I'm going to be watching. That is awesome. That is definitely awesome. I haven't seen much from Massimo lately either. So I think the last thing I saw was that race he went to with his girlfriend, and they were going. He went through the town or something. I think that was the last one I saw. It may have been something else. Yeah, Slot Car Shane at Slot Car Hub. There, you guys were hilarious. I loved that freaking live you guys did today. I wished I had gotten up on time, but I had to go back and watch it. That was great. I mean, I even sent it out to. I put on the Slot Car guys channel. Told Travis, I said, you guys need to keep this going because I think people need that, man. That humor that goes with it all. So you know what, Raul, it's not about racing. It's about going and having some fun. I could come in dead last, but get the fact to get to go there and race, and I think that'd just be fun. Just run some cars around the track, and you'll be famous because everybody will be watching, right? Not that I'm looking to get famous. Nobody's looking to get famous, but yeah, it was. You guys look like you were just having a blast. Except I got to watch it without all the errors. Like, I didn't have to go to Facebook to get it to work. Yeah, and that's why we've always agreed on that, Shane. Yeah, keep it fun, and that's kind of what this live is. It's been a little wishy washy. I'm still trying to put it all together, but I'll get there. That was one of them. But see, I watched that, and then I jumped over, and who did I see next? I've got it written down over here. Oh, Lakiva Slot Cars, Harry. Have you guys seen that video? If you have not, go over and check out his latest video. It's a sock video. And oh my God, I was laughing really hard there because he was showing you what you can do with socks. I was like, good Lord, it was funny. I'd love to tell you, I don't want to tell the details without spoiling it because it was funny. Yes, it was a sock video. Yeah, as a matter of fact, there might be a sock involved here tonight. I saw a lot of sock videos today. It was it was crazy. And Pat actually mentioned it on your guys' live stream because you guys were talking about who was it? Nico. Slot car dude having that one sock with it, which was funny as well. But yeah, I had done that one with that box opening. Pat kept yelling out my name. Wildman did one with that box opening. Seemed like I fell on deaf ears, but oh, put a sock in it? Yeah. Good one, Raul. Wait a minute, I can do that. Where's that sock I had from the other night? I think it's that Shane. If this is the right one, it might be the one with the hair on it. What I go to please my friends here? No, it's Harry. No, it wasn't that Harry. What do you say, Travis? We were just talking about your channel a minute ago. You guys have got it wrapped up there. I loved it. Wow. Like Pat's kid. Yeah, I loved it. It entered the picture. Can't believe how large he's got 2 sheds. I mean, Shane was under the. I guess I gotta say different Shanes here. He was under the impression that he had 3. I was like, 2. That's just good enough, man. That's huge. Oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. It was all the Aussie brothers. I got an Australian Shepherd, Raul. I was hoping that they would let me kick in there because I got something Australian, but no, I don't think it works that way. But yeah, Harry's Latifa slot cars was that was hilarious, and then that was if you haven't watched it, you got to watch it. He goes through all the motions, shows you all the different things you can do with socks, and then that leads me to the next one. I did see slot R's today. That was pretty good too. The couple of them made sense of what they were good for, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. and I knew one of them because for I can't say anything because you guys haven't seen him yet, or maybe you have. Where is Sleepy Pat? Yeah, he should be up already. Isn't he a farmer? Come on now. They're supposed to be up before the roosters are. Anyway, yeah, Slot R. That was a funny channel. And then I said something about his, and he's like, because we haven't even gotten into the Christmas side yet. Well, then that gave me the idea. I'm like, well, God bless, who would that come from? Who would talk about Christmas socks? Honestly, I don't own any Christmas socks. Believe it or not, I do not own any. But my wife and daughter have like shit tons of them. So I was going to go through their drawers before I came down here, but that didn't happen. I kind of ran out of time. I was moving our new patio furniture out on the back deck, and so I was kind of busy. And then my dog kept getting in my way and tripping me up. I mean, I already took one fall this week. I didn't need to take another one. The 4 from Oz were great. It was funny. If you haven't checked it out, Raleigh, I'm sure you have already, but it was great. Good Lord. Yeah. That kind of brings me up. I did say something about socks. So I've got a sock. I've got one. I got quite a few of these Christmas socks. They're kind of the oversized. They're not 1/1 scale, but like Slodar was talking about different scales. It's a pretty big one. This is one of the most important socks you'll ever see, guys. Hang these by the fireplace so you can get your goodies and trinkets and whatever you got in your stocking. Which is funny because that originated from people used to hang their socks up, which were called stockings. They hung them by the fireplace to dry. So that kind of just flipped around and kind of went into the whole Christmas thing. Yeah, collaborations work out great. Yeah, that is some big socks. My feet aren't that big. But I like it when those socks are full, right, Travis? We all like them when they're full. No, you're not listening to me, Raul. Everybody's socks were originally stockings, and you hung them by the fireplace after they were washed so they could dry in old times, and then that eventually developed into the whole, the whole Santa Claus putting the stuff in the stockings, and that's what he started doing. Yeah, put your stocking on. You guys really want to see it with on my foot? I don't know if that's a good idea because this is not my stocking. I don't know if I can get my foot up that high, guys. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this, maybe. We get a kick out of legs and it shows. What? It's 1/10 that's not legal in the slot car world? Well, damn it. I was doing one of the Rockettes kind of thing, kicking my feet up from each side to side. Did you guys like that? Whatever we got to do to make it, fun, guys. Yeah, I had some disappointments this week as well. So I talked about on my post the other day, I'd ordered another train. Matter of fact, I ordered another Polar Express train for my layout so I could replace the one that was broke. And I ordered it came in yesterday. So I got to put it on the track. Everything's wrapped up nice and neat. Looks great. Put on the rail cars first. They all lit up. I was like, yeah, we're good. I put the train on. A little puff of smoke comes out from underneath it. And the train don't work. You gotta go back to work. Oh, I forgot. It's morning for you guys. It's 7:20 here. Yeah. So when you're going to bed, I will be going to work. That's how that works. So Shane, have a good night or have a good day. I guess I keep saying night. Have a good day, Shane. And again, that stuff was funny, man. You guys got to keep that up. I'm gonna tell it to all of you. Oh, back to filming. Are you filming this? Because that might help you with your channel a little on the, hey, Slot Car Wildman's over there talking about nothing in particular. Work? Who works? Matter of fact, I was talking to Shane this morning, and I ended up being like 2 hours late for work. I walk in, and they go, you're late, right? I said, yeah, I know that. Well, you got to be over in Owensboro by 10. I made it by 9:45. And then I sat there for 4 hours today, unloading Pepsi. Yeah, I didn't unload it. They did. But they only had one girl doing it, so it was a nightmare. But yeah, so the train's not working. I now have 2 Polar Express engines, and neither of them work. And I have 3 sets of the boxcars, and most of them still work. Some of them I've dropped and they broke into a million pieces. But they're Lionel trains, and I won't lie. I'm going to go ahead and put a blast on that a little bit. The biggest problem I have. So I took this one apart. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it with all this light, but let's see if I can get it up there. So this is actually the front of the engine. This is where your smokestack is, and then you got these 2 wires that I'm gonna try and make them seeable. If you can see these in my finger, these go down and plug onto the back wheels to hook onto the coal car, which is the speaker. Well, right off the bat, I seen these were already broke off, and that tells me it was probably dropped, but that wasn't the first thing I saw. The first thing I think this is the old one, but the first thing I saw was there was some paint chipped off on this corner. I think it's on the other one, but I was like, okay. So I contacted the guy, and he did respond. He said he would pay for the repairs on it. So I possibly will take it to the hobby shop if I cannot repair it myself. But I think my problem, the smoke, I think was coming from this, which is the motor, which runs all the wheels. So I would have to get another motor, unsolder these 2 joints here and the ground, and then pop that out and put a new one in. So as long as it didn't hit the motherboard, if it hit well, you guys can't see it from that side. So if it didn't hit the motherboard, didn't fry that, I'll still be good. But if not, I'm in trouble. So, because these are expensive. This is where all your sound comes from. This is the 5.0, so I was able to actually record my own voice onto it and have it say what I wanted to say, which I won't lie. I'm 52 years old. I wanted to get something like this so my kids remember most of the Christmases. So my oldest one said at one time, he's like, "It'll be sad when you're not around for Christmas anymore." Well, I was always thought if I could record something on one of these, they could have it for the rest of their lives and play it at Christmas Day. I could just wish them a Merry Christmas every year, even though I'm not around anymore. I know, kind of gooey, sad, sympathetic kind of stuff, but you know what? That's just the kind of guy I am sometimes. Family was always more important to me than anything else. Um, Even though sometimes I don't act like that. Uh, so anyway, that was a disappointment. How how are the Porsches come? I still don't want to track, Daniel. But hi, welcome to the channel. I didn't see you up there just a second ago, so sorry about that. I was too busy looking at the train trying to show you what I was trying to show you. But you posted your train pics on Discord. I guess I need to get your Discord. I have a Discord. I use it for my gaming, but um, oh, you're talking about Raul's Porsches. I was reading that wrong. See, that darn heart gets in my way, and I can't see what it says. Well, I may apologize sometimes, even though I don't really mean to apologize. Does that make sense? Yeah, Polar Smash diorama coming up. It makes me mad. I bought, that's 2 trains and 3 sets of cars that I've bought, and I've had problems with everything. And I've always been a Lionel fan. I always thought they made good products, but they're being a little skimpy on the wiring. And just between these 2 trains, one of them has thicker wiring than the other one does. The older one that doesn't have the 5.0 in it has, let me look at this, make sure I'm getting it right. No, the 5.0 does have the thicker wire, but it's still skimpy in comparison. The other one, my coal car that made sounds, had a lot of crackle to it, and I guess it's common because if you look up the part online, everybody wants high dollar for the coal cars because they later upgraded the speaker system on it. So if you want to replace it, you have to pay for it, and we're not just talking a couple bucks. We're talking $100 something dollars is what these people are asking for, and I think it's ridiculous. Had a train set. My mom. I'm an O scale train guy. Now, if I had my choice, I would love to have an outside G scale train, or actually have one that people could ride on. Because I decorate pretty well. I used to decorate pretty good at Christmas. I still try to do it, but I've always wanted to have a train that went all the way around the house, and then I could ride around in my Santa suit and say hi to everybody as I go by every once in a while on the weekdays or something. Because I love the look in kids' eyes when they see all those lights. It sounds commercial, but I'm not trying to be commercial about Christmas at all. Even though I purchased lights this year. I've been going with the commercial lights that have each individual bulb, so I can change them out. I got to get busy on that, or I'm not going to have enough by the time it's all said and done. But anyway, and I may post a video about that on my channel. A lot to do before Christmas. That layout's got to get done before Christmas. It's got to get done. The slot car track has to get back together real soon because I'm really getting tired of not being able to run some cars. And I have that polycar track, but there's so much. We've been doing so much other projects around here. The other rooms are all stacked with stuff. There's no place for me to put it unless I put it on the floor down here in this room. And even then, I'm not sure there's enough space. Yeah, let me see here. Hi, Chris. How you doing? And yeah, Frank, I didn't say hi, but yeah, hi. I was answering your question first. Yeah. I'm still going to keep pushing for this train stuff to work. The sad thing is I had 4 trains. 2 of them were down. I just bought another one, and that engine's down. So I'm still stuck with 2 trains. And one of them's not even a Christmas train. So it's the Santa Fe, which I love. But, how am I going to make the little magical Christmas stuff appear at Christmas time for y'all to check out if I can't get things to come to me in the mail and work? My uncle was in, I guess, according to my dad, I don't remember all that well. I remember the layout a little bit. He had an apartment and well, I guess his home was in Chicago, but it was in one of those black brownstones. And he had trains going through the whole thing. But I thought it was HO scale is what I kept telling my dad. He goes, no, it was actually an N scale, but the whole entire house. I mean, it was one gigantic layout. And I remember that as a kid, that part of it. And then I got my first HO when I was 7, and I had all kinds of stuff. I don't know what happened to it. I really have no idea. Yeah, I know. You should speak louder. I mean, that's what Shane tells me. You should speak louder when you come into the room. I have a hard time hearing any of you. No, actually, I made a mistake a couple weeks ago. God, I can't remember his name. Brandon, and he kept saying answers to my questions or thing, and I didn't respond to any of his answers or talks. And I actually feel bad because I haven't seen him since. Uh, that's one sure way to piss somebody off. I mean, I don't like it when I get ignored either. So um, I do apologize if I've missed you on here somehow because I don't mean to. As I'm sitting here talking, I have a tendency. I swear to God, I'm ADHD, but I tend to wander my eyes all over the place, and then I look back, and then I see somebody's in there, and I try to catch them. But if you've gotten past the page where I didn't see you, let's say a bunch of people spoke after you, I may not see you ever being there, and then unless you speak up again. So I'm sure some of you that have done lives know exactly what I'm talking about. Raul knows this. You can't get. It's hard to catch everybody, especially if they all flood you at once. That happened. Yeah, I think that was 2 weeks ago. I had a lot of people in here all coming in at the same time, and I was like, "Whoa, I can't keep up." I thought I couldn't keep up when I was typing in everybody else's chat. um, the more connected, I can't see it. All that hearts in the way. God, I wish they'd let us eliminate that. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm like not a big guy in the community, but I think everybody knows me. I'm kind of like the Fingers. The Fingers don't have a channel, but everybody knows who he is, and you know, and that's what I try to do. I try to connect with everybody. I understand sometimes I come across as not serious enough about the whole hobby, but uh, I won't lie. A little bit of that changed direction when I started talking to all of you. Because if you guys remember correctly, when I started, I don't have a lot of friends. I keep my friend list short. Um, yeah, I have trust issues. Let's talk about men's health right now. I have trust issues. It's very hard for me to trust somebody. I want to openly trust people, but then you always get stabbed in the back, and you know, as most of you know, that happens all the time in your life, and you just get tired of it. But on here, I mean, I can talk to you guys. I don't know y'all personally. I do try to get to know everybody personally if I can. Depends on how much I talk to you. I know Raul pretty good, Shane, Travis. I mean, these are guys I've talked to quite a bit. DNA, I've talked to them quite a bit. Uh, Dave, with Shotgun Dave, yep. And yeah, so I've gotten to know quite a few of these people, and there's more out there. I can't say everybody. Um, yeah, so I actually enjoy the chats sometimes more than the hobby itself. But I do want to stay in the hobby. That's why I took that garage from Magnetic Racing and was so serious about it. I was like, you know, I actually sat down on a weekend and just actually did the project instead of just bouncing around, which is what I tend to do a lot. Well, you can keep your circle fairly large, what we call for acquaintances, but your circle. Okay, if I had to personally say, out of people that I've actually been around in my life, uh, I have 3 very very good friends um, that I've met along the way, as far as in person. Now, I can say I got quite a few friends here. I mean, most of you already know Shane and I are pretty good friends. I mean, that's not a secret anymore, unless I take Betty from him. Then he kind of gets a little riled. He'll get over it, right, Shane? I need to bring him on here. I should bring him on a live one. I ever figure out how to do that, but Yeah. So yeah, I never thought it was about the how many friends you had. It was the quality of friends you do have, and so that's just how I've always kept things. Um, and yeah, so any fair weather friends that come over here, that to me, they get annoying after about 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, you showed up unannounced. I don't mind hanging out with you for a little bit, but I have things I wanted to do today. I guess it sounds a little, uh, what's the word for that? Snobby. I don't know what the word is, but I consider you guys all friends. I mean, I have no reason not to trust any of you as far as when we're talking. I get your advice or I give you advice. That's just how it should be. That's what makes this community so freaking great. And that's what I keep trying to alliterate to everybody. There's several different ways to do every single thing in this hobby. And so nobody should be put down for their version of how they do it versus, how I do it or you do it or, that's it. That's the great thing about the hobby. I mean, I could learn 7, 8 different ways to do the same thing I want to do to, let's say, a slot car. They still basically get to the same answer, but you got several people, and they may explain it. One of them may explain it, or 2 or 3 of them all at the same time explaining it. It makes sense to you finally, and you're able to pull off that part of the project. Like I'm still, I actually since last week I did work on because they said I could possibly still enter this car in that contest, which I didn't get it done, obviously. But if I get the camera to pick it up, I did paint the motor silver, got the pipes silver. My problem is still, um, I do not know how, or I'm scared to figure out how to add the bottoms on the cars so that they stay attached using the screw method. I did see the ones where I think Harry showed them early last week, and they may have been, were they were they Ted's cars? They were somebody's cars, but they had the pin that goes all the way through the car and supported the body, which I've heard of before, and I think I remember as a kid, because my dad used to do model cars, and he would do that to some of them, so you could actually open it up and take a look at the intricates, like the cables for the batteries and everything else on his model cars, um, more than just popping the hood. So you're right, Raul. And most of us don't. We sometimes I feel like we go too far with the hobby. We get so serious about it that we forget there's beginners out there that maybe watching us for the first time and they are going, "What?" And then they give up on the whole thing. So, hello, Gary. How are you doing? Did I miss anybody else yet? Nope. Nope. Frank, Raul. Yeah. Wait a minute. What did I see? I already said hi to Chris. All right. Yeah. So everybody's telling me they're retired. I'm not there yet. I'm 52, but I am planning for retirement. That's why I've been working on a deck and different projects. And I'm trying to set it up so when I get there, I'm ready to go. I mean, the house is paid off. You know, we got our deck built. Gary, you missed me doing my acrobatic act on the live wire. It was a single line, no net. And I pulled it off, and you missed it. The only thing I had left on my body when I got off the line was a sock. See how I threw that in there? uh, I prefer lights in my cars because I think it gives it that more realistic look. Like, I mean, the problem is you look at, well, my camera's not facing that way, and I'm not messing with it because I got it above the computer, and it's actually staying there so far. But on my shelf, you got to like slot it. There's a lot of cars that don't come with lights unless you're buying what they call the toy version. There's Tad. I just said something about you. And John Tucci. Is that other live over? Because I went ahead and came on anyway. I didn't want to walk on them, but at the same time, I was like, maybe some people don't want to watch that, so I went ahead and went with my live. So, as far as lights go, I tried to do that one, and I put it in that. What was that? Oh, my T70 Thunder Slot when I first got it. But I had problems. It had something with the battery that wasn't connected right or something. It was messed up from day one. But I've got another car that I did that. You guys know which one it is. My NSR 917 that I painted the orange and silver. I put lights in it. It's great. Other than I still need to mount the lights where they properly go. But um, so yeah, bad storms keep losing cable and power. Where are you at, John? Are you on the East Coast or are you on the West Coast? Yeah. So I prefer lights in them just because it gives it that realistic look. Um, now, honestly, it's just like buying chips for all these cars. I want to make mine all digital, but when you start thinking about the and Raul's had this topic before, you can just switch it out of another car when you're using it, and that's not a bad idea. It is, but when I go to reach for a car, I'm just one of those. I guess you'd call it impatient. I just want to grab the car, put it on the track, and go. Um, and I have that option with the axle box. So I mean, but there's times you just want to run the car and you want to be able to switch lanes and just see what you can do with the car when I'm by myself and I'd like to just make them all digital so you can pit them and I've been trying to buy more of the same cars roughly. I mean, I still have my fun cars. I mean, a lot of people didn't like that Scale Electric taxi, but I love it. Not because it's fast, not because I got to run it around the track once. Uh, not the funnest car to drive, but you know what? It's just the fun of the actual make of the car. It had nothing to do with how well it performed speed wise, this, that, and the other. It's the fact that I could put a taxi cab from New York and put it on my layout and drive it around the track and everybody goes, yeah. What'd John say? What really sucked? Florida. Oh, you were down in Florida? It seems like every time I've ever been to Florida, it rains. And my wife's gone down there a couple times without me, and because she's a real ocean person. But I used to live in Newport, Rhode Island, and I think I've told this before, but I lived right there on the beach, and the house on the second story was our apartment, even though my roommate's dad actually owned the house. But so the ocean is great. I still see awe in it when I look at it and go, you can't see land on the other side. That's a lot of water, man. But whose showdown car sucks? Here's how I see it. Let me answer that without even knowing who said what. Okay, if you built a car for that for Harry's homeworld racing, you're doing better than me, man. And if you built a car and it's running, that's great. That's how I see that. And I'm sure if you talk to Harry, George, or Dave, they will say the same damn thing. Just put a car in, man. If you don't like it, you can try better next time. It's not a big deal. I know I say that while I got two cars over here I've never put together. But I'm serious. No, I mean if you can go through the thing and yeah, that's exactly it, Tad. If you set a car in, you're already the winner because you built the car on your own. You should just be proud of it, no matter how well it does. It was never about performance with that. None of the other proxies are about performance. I mean, you want to do the best you can as far as you know. Them saying it's your car and it goes around the track. You go, hey, but I built that car. And then you can. Anybody else who has anything else to say about it? Did you put one in? No. Well, I don't want to hear you shit. I mean, honestly, you're a winner. You put a car in. And that goes for anybody. Uh, and I'm sorry you feel that way. I really do. I am. Because I mean, I could tell you Shane knows my sad stories. I tell him all the time. You get discouraged by things, and I mean, my biggest thing is not completing things. Good out of the gate, but no follow through. No, I just get so many projects, and I start jumping around. That's why I think I'm ADHD. Um, did Pete jump in and come back out? Okay. Track fans! Pete, I heard you were going. Going to the show, man. I wish I could get out there. It's still a little too far for me. Uh, oh, Raul, you out of here? Well, thanks for stopping by, big guy. I hadn't seen you in a while, and I'm glad you're still into it, and I was really happy to see you tonight. So thank you. I hope I got that right. What was it, John that's saying that? No, come on, John. John T. Man, you've done more than I've done. I swear to God, I haven't finished the cars. Yeah, no, you send a car in that, and I'll tell you, I'm telling you, Harry will say the same thing, or George, or Dave. They just want you to build a car. That's what this whole thing. That's what the whole thing's about, is letting people build cars. And I mean, I won't lie. Once I figure it out how to do it in a smooth way, I guess that's why my cars never get there. I'm kind of like, okay, I'll say, John, I'm kind of like you. I'm a little scared to put it out there because I'm afraid it'll embarrass me. Um, I'll be honest about it. That's kind of where I'm at. That's why I have a hard time with that. But then George said in a live last night, I think it was, he's like, maybe not all of you were here. He's like, you should get that. You should have had that Cobra done for over here. I was like, I've seen how you guys drive those cars. I ain't sending my Cobra there. That's staying on my track. Yeah, Marty did a good job. He didn't he remodel that? Did he ever bring that other? I didn't see it. I thought I heard it mentioned. Didn't he bring his Camaro back in? He upgraded it and brought it back in too, along with the other car. Am I wrong? Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't understand weights either, John. Um, let's see. Been working on the ledge, just winding down. Won't be long until I'm out. Like now, catch you soon. Well, thanks, Pete. Thanks for the heads up. I got the warning, and you're gone already. Hey, Pete. I'll try to be there Saturday or Sunday for you, but Saturday night for me. If it's at 1:30, I had my alarm set last time. I just didn't wake up. I'm gonna have to try and make it. I need to make it to a show again. So be watching for me. You might have to yell at me like you used to keep me awake. 3-hour train ride. Where are you at? That he's always traveling somewhere. Anyway, uh, yeah, back to what I was saying, John T. Yeah, I bought some weights from Slot Car Corner, and I did that with. I was trying to do it with one of my Revo slots. That uh, Porsche I bought, the first one I ever bought, because I thought maybe that would help me. Man, I had that car swerving every which direction, but getting it right. I could not get that car balanced for nothing. And like I was watching one on their show today. I don't know whose car it was. Anyway, no, I know whose car it was. It was actually George's car, and he had that thing so balanced when it went around the track. I was like, "Good Lord!" It like perfect laps. I was like, "Jesus!" And you're like, I just don't know I don't know how to calculate your weight for each section of the car so you can get it balanced out. But I think I agree with you, Gary. I mean, like I said, I built that 57. That was a year ago, I guess it was, when I built that 57 or 55. I'm sorry, and I just never could get the body on it, or I got nervous when it came to putting the body on it because I couldn't get. And I was talking to Shotgun Dave, and he was helping me with that car along the way. So it's not like I didn't have the help. I just could not grasp how to make that work, and I'm still struggling with it. So it looks easy enough, but it's just for some reason my brain struggles with the idea how to properly get it on there, and so the car will stay there. Um, yeah, and yeah, I should listen to Tad right now as well. Build a winnable track on purpose. If I had the room, if I had Pat's sheds, I could build me a nice wooden slot car table. I can build the straights with a router. Somebody else would have to come in for the curves. Or we could do what Travis does. I like Travis's track too. That's, I think Pat mentioned it today or this morning or whatever. He was like, "Yeah, you put the strips down and you're good to go and add power." And I'm like, "Yeah, that would be cool." I don't worry about speed. If you guys have ever noticed, most of my channels I've never gotten to that point. I have the app for racing cars and getting the times. Michael, how you doing? But I don't usually run them. One, I'm not that great at running cars yet because I've been so busy working with the build and rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding, and I think you're getting the point. As a matter of fact, as I speak, I did that video Monday. I had my track torn apart again. Now the track is gonna stay the same. I'm telling you. If there's any adjustments, it'll be very, very, very minor. I'm just trying to get to that back wall to work on the upper train / Christmas Village area, and then work my way down and come back out. So it shouldn't take me a super long time, but you know how it is when you guys are building things. Sometimes you get so far ahead and you go, "Shit, I wish I could go back and fix that part." And you're like, "Man, I don't want to go through all that trouble." So you don't, and then you know. I'm one of the persons that whether you see the flaw or not, I know the flaw is there because I put it there, and it bothers me. So it eats me alive. Like everybody liked my garage, and there's a couple errors on it, and I'm not completely done with it. It was just that's where I got it in a weekend, and I'm like, yeah, they're gonna see the flaws. No, because you see that over there? You see the lighting off the one corner shelves right over here, right? Like, see, I'd love to tilt it because I haven't gotten all the lights yet, Shane. So, you've seen it since the last time. I've got it. I got it doing more of the Christmas thing now. So, and I did change some cars around. I moved the Carreras up top because they're wider cases and easier to see at the top shelves. And I moved the scale electrics down with my slotits, and then I put my 124s down here. And I went up there by NSRs and scale autos. Let me see here. I'm doing that wrong. Scale autos, SEX, NSRs, and then my 132 Revos. And then I've got them interchanging with the lights, so it kind of looks more Christmassy. Because I didn't want to get away from my theme, and I felt like I was going that direction. And I had help from Shane on that because I was playing with the lights that one night, and he kind of helped me with that idea. So, you think I need to host a proxy? What? So I'll actually finish my track. It might work. It might work. Yeah, but if I do it, it's all about Christmas cards, guys. You'd have to build some Christmas cards, and I want something. I'd be like, my proxy is it has to be original. First was the next zip code fast. You're in. Wouldn't cost you much to mail it to me, would you, Dad? I think you're the closest guy to me. Just meet up for some coffee somewhere or something, exchange. I'm here to pick up your car. You may never see it again. Actually, I'd have to bring you in on the proxy because I couldn't race them by myself, could I? Yeah, you might have something going there. No. You'd have to stay, Ted, because I need help driving the cars. See, and you've already got a round track, so we should come to you should have the next proxy. And then that'll make me jealous that you have a track that's running great, and then I'll come home and work on mine, right? See how I switched that around real quick? Yeah, I've seen some people, I think Carreras talked about why they all want to know why I'm into the Christmas thing, but I'm just truly into Christmas, that's all. I'll answer that question for everybody. I'm big on Christmas. Nobody else is doing it for a layout. I thought, well, that's what I'm going to do. And my layout's very similar to, matter of fact, that's why me and Shane hit it off so well. I think you've heard him say at one time, he thought I was his first subscriber. And the only reason was is because he liked to build things, and he put things on his layout that you don't necessarily see when you're driving around, but they're there. And if you see them, then you're like, that's what I want. I've always wanted a track and I want to be able to tell a story. And you just spot something that you may have watched the track 100 times, but all of a sudden you see a guy, let's say, standing behind it. I think I told this to Shane the same way. See a guy standing behind a bush taking a pee. Not something you're looking for. It just happens to pop up one time. Maybe the car comes off the track or something. I don't know. But I always wanted it to be interesting. Not just fun for me to run on, but fun. When I got the channel going, that was when everything changed. And I was like, this would be fun just to entertain. I just want to entertain, man. Yeah, Michael, I ran 19th. I'm good with that. Yeah, you guys are all going to get wrecked cars when they come back. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? What do they call that? It gives it character, right? Yeah, Christmas is always. They started off, everybody remembers. It starts off with your Christmas, and you have that feeling every time around Christmas. I don't think it was necessarily. It was just that feeling. I don't know what the hell you call it, but you can't get it anywhere else. And so when I had kids, it started picking back up again. I mean, I was always a fan of Christmas every year. I still tried to decorate regardless. But then when I had my original two boys before I married my wife now, and we now have, well, I can't even tell you the number anymore. But anyway, make a long story short, it really picked up because you just wanted to see that look in their eyes, and that's how you get it back. You see it through your kids, and then that was decorating the house for them when they were little. As I got older, I was still decorating the house. And I was trying to go bigger and better, and I won't lie, the lights on the house are first for me because when I come home, I want to see them. So I'm not into the light shows, I love the light shows. I watch that Christmas light fight that they have the last I knew they were still having them every year. I watch that when I can. But they're for me to see. I just want to, but I can't sit there and out in front of my house and watch a whole freaking series of lights blinking around. I'd rather just see all of it. Number two, I don't live on the main street, but I've seen people go by with their kids in it, and just the look in their eyes when they're looking out the window and pointing and everything else. That's Christmas to me. It's just that warm feeling. And it's not that I didn't forget the meaning of Christmas. It's just that's the part I try to emphasize. I guess that's the best way to put that. Let me see here. Be right back. Getting a beer. Well, I don't drink, so I can't help you there. There's no beer at my house, so we'll have to have it at your house, Dad. It's not that I don't drink. I just gave up drinking. That warm feeling you pissed yourself. Right? I occasionally have a drink, maybe on New Year's Eve with the family when they're around and we're playing Cards Against Humanity or something like that. But I've never been into that whole thing of, as my wife will put it, I'm a control freak. I like to be in control. Not a good. That's not a good feeling. Yeah, my new dog already made me take a fly this week, and I haven't been feeling too good, especially in my ass. Shane's going, I can't believe he's going to bring this story up. The other night, anybody who Dad would know this. He knows it rained the other night. That my dog woke me up at like 3:00 in the morning. And he's a puppy, so I got him up and took him out to go to the bathroom. And I just built a new deck, as everybody knows. Yeah, I know Shane's laughing. So I picked him up. I'm carrying him out, and I step on that first step, and I'm telling you, everything's brand new. And I will. Before I finish the story, the steps are solid, guys. That first step, my foot went right out from underneath me. I landed on my back, straight on all the steps going down. I don't think I threw my dog, but I know I dropped him. So he got dropped off the side. He was doing a little limp for a little bit, but then it was gone. And then I said something to my wife. Showed my wife the next morning, because it's kind of well, it's my ass. So I showed her, I said, is there a bruise there? And he goes, yeah, it looks like you're going to have a little bit of a bruise there, this, that, the other. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Frank. So, yeah, I went to work. I did it that morning, so I wasn't really feeling too much. I have a very high threshold for pain anyway. Um, so went to work, me and the dog had our day, and I came home, and I was like, man, it's getting it feels a little tender, and it feels like there's almost like a patchwork, like a skin graft on my ass. So I can't see it because it's behind me. So I go up to my wife, and I pulled that part of my pants down. I said, is it bruised? And she's like, oh my God. She goes, really? I said, what? And she's like, it is so dark purple. It covers most of my ass. And then I've got a line going across underneath my shoulder blades all the way across my back. Yeah. So but I got lucky. I won't lie. But that's the third fall in a year and a half, guys. And I'm 52, and I'm starting to go, am I getting old? So that's my question right now. Am I getting old? Anybody else having these kind of problems? Let me see what everybody's saying here. Yeah, have you guys seen Tad's car with that double motor? Yeah, 49. Oh, come on, you young kid. No, I'm sure most of you have watched Tad's channel. God, that double motor car, that is genius. I would have never thought of something like that. I just thought that was really cool. So I now that I was sitting here talking about things and you guys were talking, I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring that up real quick. That's a cool looking car. That Lamborghini, right? I still got a couple cars in there. I still got the Oldsmobiles and. Okay, yeah, I was born in 72, February of 1972. Some of you are older than me. Some of you are younger than me. And now Shane's not saying anything, so I think. Oh, he said, "Yep, okay." I figured I still had him rolling over there because I told the story on live. Guys, I don't hide anything about my life. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Well, maybe. You got married the first time in 1972. Damn. Clearwater, you must be really old. Are you on your second wind yet? I'm sure you are. So I'd be out of prison if never mind. Yeah, don't tell that story on the live, man. I don't know if there's a what do they call that when they can go back on you on some kind of crime that was committed. Don't confess it on here, Clearwater. Oh, December 1972. I'm a little older than you, Frank. Just a little. It don't matter. There's days I feel young as hell, and the other days I feel old as hell. It just matters on how you wake up, I guess, and not how many times you fall downstairs. Undercover slot car sting. Yeah. Yeah, Clearwater. Actually, this was all staged. You're busted, buddy. We've been sitting here doing this for a while, just trying to get you to confess. Yeah, statute of limitations. That's the word I was looking for. That's what the officer just said right here too. Isn't that what you said? Yeah, that's what I thought. What's your address again, Clearwater? I know he's in Florida. Too late. He's not in Florida anymore. He's already moved overseas somewhere. But they don't have an extradition treaty. Or did you slide down to? You could have slid down to Cuba. Who knows? Smuggling cocaine in slot cars. Oh, hey, does that mean I can get them cheaper when they're on that? What is it? What do they call it? The cars that they catch for carrying drugs and stuff. They sell them off for dirt cheap. Can I get your slot cars for really cheap now? That's it. Trying to stay young. I am young. I'm just a little kid. that has some general responsibilities he had to take care of in his time as being a child. Isn't that what we all are? I'm a bull. I'm about to keep having to backtrack. uh, we went from slot cars to now we're going into criminal investigations. Wait a minute. Slot cars, Christmas, my dog falling down the stairs, and now criminal investigations. Is that right? How far can we go? See? And now that tops off my first hour. We're not going 2.5 hours tonight, guys. I'm not doing it because Ted's already here. But Ted's usually the one that keeps me on for 2.5 hours. Yeah, you can put those smiley faces up again. So what are some things you guys are working on? Ted, I already know what you're working on, that double motor car, and I can't wait to... You said you were going to do a little more tweaking on it there. Yeah, it should always be a multitasking conversation. I mean, that's really what the live was for. It's kind of, well, I guess you could say it's a ripoff from Marty's, and Raul actually started some of those too. Just a place for everybody to come and talk. I throw out a little bit of information on what I'm doing, and we can have a conversation and get to know each other a little bit and just have some fun. Now, if you watch, again, I'm going to say it, you watch that slot car guys that was on with Shane, Travis, and Pat, you guys are never going to watch anything else because it's freaking hilarious. I mean, they had serious conversations. You like the No Reason Thursdays? Yeah, because there's no reason. I'm not saying it's necessarily about slot cars. And like tonight, it was about, a little bit about trains. And socks. Let's not forget the socks. But I have to give the sock award to Harry at Latifa Slot Cars this year, or for this one, because he went all out. If you haven't seen it, oh, Dan, you got to go. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Hey, I'll be here. I'm going to try and be here every Thursday. So if you want to come back and talk next week for a little bit, I should be here. Now you can go be a bull in a china shop. That's probably why he's got to go, guys. he's already done something. See, I won't talk about you behind your back. I'll wait while you're still here. Good night, Daniel. I hope you had fun. And Shane was calling the shots on that show last night. I can't stop talking about that show. It was really good. I mean, I have not laughed so hard in a long time like that. And then I followed it up with Harry's, and I was laughing. So I was like, man, if I laugh anymore, I'm going to pass out. I mean, I was wore out from it all. I actually took a nap while I was sitting over at Pepsi today unloading because it took them 4 hours to do it. I actually dozed off. I had been laughing so hard. Yeah. Well, tomorrow's Friday, so we got to crash early so we can get done Friday. In my job, if I go in early, I can usually get done early. So I got to be. Yeah, here's one for you, Shane. I'm not gonna be able to talk like that in the morning that we did this morning. I got to be in Mount Vernon, 45 minutes away from Evansville, at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I got to be there at 7 to make it there on time. Okay. That's exactly it, Frank. And that's what I want. I want that to happen all the time. Eventually, like I said, I'd like to show my cars and race them around. But if there ain't some entertainment with it, because I mean, honestly, I want to cater to everybody as far as you guys that are already into the slot cars, those of you who are new into the slot cars, and those of you who are just taking a look into slot cars to see what it's like, and they see something like that, it's going to make them go, man, all right, slot cars are fun. Let's get into this. And we got more people to meet and learn about, and they might add another point of view. I mean, look at Pat's. He explained that a little bit on that show, and honestly, it's been a big hit. I mean, I try to watch. I know it's coming on tomorrow, so Last week it came on a little later than I was expecting. I was like, man, I had been waiting all day for it. He came on a little later, but the fact was I was waiting for it. I think he's got a good show. Davis Brother Trucks. I see a lot of trucks, Ted. It's a possibility I've seen them. They yours? Yeah. And if they are yours, you looking for any drivers? Let's try to find a job on a live stream. The sad thing is I love my job. I just don't like who I work for. And I've been there for 15 years. So um, the original owner is no longer there. They're all custom trucks. Yeah, I don't want one of those. They're trying to take my Peterbilt from me, man, because it's a 2016 or 15. I think it's a 15. I got a brand new. It's a Fitzgerald, if you know what those are. They don't make them anymore because they got put out of business due to government bullshit. But yeah, the original owner of JR's was also one of the owners of Belmont Moving, or not Belmont Moving, but Belmont. His brother owns the Belmont Moving side, and that was one of the last trucks he got me before he sold out, and then he was gone. Oh, so they're good friends of yours? Okay. What kind of haul do they do? Sorry, guys. Now we're talking about my job. I'm friends with well, I used to be friends with the owners of D&G, and I always wanted friends with them because my son went to school with them they're out in Poseyville, Indiana. Gotcha. I actually got a Davis Group. They do anything for Hain Plastics up there? They've tried to hire me, and he actually kind of told me I had a blank opening as far as how much I wanted at the time. And he still asks me from time to time if I like my job still. They haul everything. I mainly do tanker. I haul plastic, mainly for Berry Plastics here in town. When I was over the road, I used to cross over the road as well. But Berry's been a big thing for me. Fertilizer heavy haul. Good deal for deer. Oh, really? So I know where they go in Poseyville. Then I probably have seen them. Oh, you retired from trucking industry, huh? 2003. 32 and a half. Wow. That's a long time. But you know what I'll say, Clearwater? At least you finally retired out of it. I honestly, we got a couple of drivers that are work. One of them did retire, and then he came back and he's like, I'm working part time, but they're working him over the road, and he's still getting, 3,500 miles a week. And I'm like, that's not part time, buddy. I said, you need to retire and enjoy your retirement. And I mean, I understand some people can't do that, but he's set. He's in the right place. And I've seen too many guys that said they're going to retire, and then they end up dying in their truck. Well, Michael, you have a good night. You're off? You're off. And anyone else, like you guys are off. Hey, Eric, I'm off. Anybody else who wants to know? That's just a little bit of attitude. That's the way I'm reading it. See, that's why text gets you in trouble. It upsets me, Clearwater. I won't lie. It's just, oh, they build show trucks. Oh, okay. I didn't see that part a minute ago. Sorry, Dad. Yeah. Michael didn't stay very long tonight. I haven't gotten the numbers anyway. You guys care. I think I care about numbers. I don't. You know, I like them just like everybody else. If you see them, it makes you feel a little better about yourself and that you're actually getting across to people. You're going to be back? I'll be back. The Terminator. But no, Matter of fact, I haven't seen. I think, darn it, Jamal slot cars of Atlanta. He was talking to me. He sent me a message the other day. I think he was asking me a couple questions about things. I'm trying to remember what he said so I could give that information out. Um, that guy's building something big. Uh, I think he said he's getting ready to run some cars on it, but he was asking me a question about my track and this, that, and the other, and I was like, well, I told him my opinion on it because originally I wanted to have a train and slot cars all together, and my trains are actually too small for a 132nd. But the problem that came in is your line of sight for the track, and even if it wasn't line of sight issue, is getting to your car if it does D-slot. You only got 110 Clearwater. You've been around longer than I have. Shane's been around less than me, and that guy's killing it. Nah, I say I don't care about the numbers, but they do make you feel good when you see them. But it's not like it's a would I like to reach 1,000 subscribers someday? Sure. Right now people are probably just not ready for me yet. I'm just too great to freaking recognize the talent. That's what it is. So they'll figure it out. Y'all will figure it out eventually. No. Are they still doing a live? Because I didn't. I've got 72. 72 what? Oh, is that your car? Believe it or not, I've picked up slot cars based on the number on the car. 23, day of my birthday. 72, of course, the year. 55, that was my football number in high school when I was a lot smaller. Yeah, there's certain numbers I go after. Then 25, of course, because it's Christmas. Ran a few cars while watching NSR's winning out quite. It's nice not to put cars back on for the crate. Yeah. Yeah, well, I got regular kids, and one of them, all he knows is full throttle. So he comes over and he'll see a new car of mine. And he'll be like, "Oh, that's nice. Can I run it?" I was like, "Hell no, you can't run that car." I said, "I just got it. You're gonna warp it, wipe it out on a wall, and that's it." Let's see. Oh, you only got 72, Tad? What? Well, you're still your channel's kind of new. Been out? How long have you been out? You've only been out. You haven't been out that long. I've been out since Marty came out. Well, shortly after Marty. Because I was following along with, I started with Massimo. I keep telling the story. But hey, you guys want to hear it again? Here we go. Started off watching Massimo. And I started getting, building up my slot cars and my track. And actually, my first track was very much like Massimo's. I didn't realize it when I was building it, but then I was like, yep, it basically looks like Massimo's track over at MP. But then Marty came out and he was talking about, he wanted to do this thing where he wanted to teach people as he went. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. And I'll follow along with him. Then they were asking for people to go live, and I went live, or not live, to get their own channel. So I started my own channel. And like I said, Marty's a great guy. He's just going a different direction than I am. That's all. Let's see. Yeah, the heart's in the way, Chris. I can't read it. Set is what? They get to, yeah, one of the cars that come with the set. I have certain cars. Matter of fact, 3 of them right now don't even have engines in them. I got to order some. I have certain cars I'll let them run, and each of them have their own car, so it's not like it's. The only problem is one's got a Honda Scalextric, the other one's got one of my Porsches. The Pink Pig's actually my oldest son's Porsche, so they don't have the same car, so they can't race in the same class. Oh, so you just yeah. Dojo. Now there's the guy with the layout now. It's more than just the slot car track in his house. Ever since I seen that one video, man, I was in awe, Dojo. But yeah, I started. I guess it was April of last year. So I've been at it a little over a year. I was, just like anybody else that's thinking about starting a channel, if they're watching this or somebody, encourage them to get out there. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just throwing crap out there. If you watch my early videos, they sucked. I know they did. Matter of fact, some of my new videos suck. Depends on my content. I kind of get along the same line sometimes about the new cars. Just doing the unboxings and I hate the fact that I've shown a couple of cars lately and I haven't been able to run them on the track when I have a track. It kind of makes it boring, but it's more about just sharing the thought that I like the Porsches. I shared that one only for a specific reason, and that was because Rob Sale had gotten them back when they were brand new, and he posted them, and me and him go back and forth on his shorts all the time, and because he does all those Fords, and I'm a Chevy guy, so I give him crap, and he gives me crap, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you need to get these," and because I had a lot of Porsches at that time, and all I was doing was I put them up there because I wanted to show that even if you can't get them now when they're brand new, you can still go back and get them later on. And that's really kind of why I was doing that. That was really the whole thing behind that. The two Porsches I just got this last week. I just wanted to show that, we ain't got the money all the time to buy the newest cars because there's a lot of them out there now. I mean, there's a lot of cars out there I still want. And it's about coming up with a little cash for them. And the sad thing is I have more cars than, some people do. And sometimes you question, when am I ever going to run all these cars? They're just going to sit on a shelf and the tires are going to turn to goo. And yeah, I was going to take the summer off and work my track out and then come back in. But because I decided to stay, and then I ran out of problem. I have run into the problem of having, my summer stuff that needs to be done. Yeah, the list is long. You're right. Yeah, I can never catch up with my list. There's too many of them out there, man. It's like you see, I came in at the right time when everybody was just starting to release some cars. There's some nice cars out there, unbelievable. And I still look for some of the old ones too. I mean, they're not as easy to find, but I mean, uh, like Shane bought that. What was that? Yeah, that was it. The Mazda, and he got it in the orange and green. The 7. I can't remember the numbers now. See, I must be getting tired. And he told me he got it, and I had given up on the car, so I wasn't looking for it anymore. And so I finally went looking for it again. And I found it, and I got one too. But that was a car I was looking for ever since I saw it on Massimo's channel back. I think he had the MR slot car version, which I was originally trying to get. And at the time, I was not into those cars because I didn't want to spend that much money on a car. You can do more videos. All you gotta do is throw in a couple of minutes and throw something out there, like I do. And then you get you after a year, you still don't have any subscribers. I'm thankful for the ones I do have, so I ain't gonna say anything. Guys, it's just supposed to be fun, man. I'm not in a competition with anybody, unless I'm there. Unless you're on my track or I'm at your track racing, and then even then, it's not really a competition. It's more about good old fashioned fun, and that's all I want out of this hobby. Just something to come home to, get away from everybody's bullshit. And so I don't like seeing it when it starts showing up in the channels either. And I've made a statement about that. I think back in January I made a big statement about that. I won't hold my tongue. I have a hard time doing it. But hey, but Pete left already. It's too bad because I was gonna, and Keith hasn't been here. I haven't seen him on my live. I think I see him. I always see him on some other thing. You guys need to remind me that, or if I'm not there on Saturday, because I'm sure Keith will be there on Pete's live. Remind him that the underpants he's getting. Travis has already gotten into his pants. I've been wanting to put that out for a while ever since I saw that. I was like, well, now Travis has been in your pants, Keith. That's a bad thing to say. I know. But the humor's there and I had to take it. I have to take it. I even told Shane this one. I'm like, yeah, I need to say that. Because technically, hasn't Pete been in Keith's pants now? Green underpants anyway. Pete's in the pants. Hey, that's a good slogan. Is that how we should present it when we talk to him next? It's not Trek fans anymore. It's Pete in the pants. Say that fast. It can sound like several different things. Good one, Jay. Like I said, it's supposed to be fun. If we can't crack on each other every once in a while, everybody just needs to have a sense of humor. I mean, who doesn't love the poop shoot? That thing's awesome. You guys have seen that. And I'm not saying that because I'm friends with Shane. I'm just saying that thing's awesome. The name, I was a little questionable when he first said it, but I was like, yeah, that'll work. It's great. But that's what I'm saying. There's things on there, and there's going to be things on my layout that are going to not necessarily have the meaning they have, the poops. Yeah, exactly. You're hungry. I'm hungry. You going to order pizza? We all have pizza at your house tonight, Gary? Happy racing as well. I'm glad you showed up. Thanks for coming by, Gary. I hope you had a good time. Now go get something to eat. I think we had chili dogs for dinner. Does that make anybody think about chili dogs? We don't have them very well. We had them about a month ago, I guess. It's weird because my wife don't like chili dogs, and she's been making them more lately. I don't know if she's trying to suck up to me or not. Oh, you don't need to thank me, Gary. You're always a friend because everywhere I go, we talk. So, or at least I exchange highs. And see, I always feel good when I come into a room and everybody says hi to me. Same thing. When somebody comes on, I try to say hi to everybody. Even though I just said hi, I come in and I say hi everyone. Then somebody goes, "Well, hi Eric," and I go, "Oh, well, hi Chris," or "Hi Gary," or "Hi." Then you do it all over again. But that's because you want to point out that, hey, they took the time to say hi to you. You want to make sure you mention them as well because it made you feel good that they actually called you out. So have a good night, Gary. We'll see you next week, hopefully. I'll see you somewhere else, I'm sure. But yeah, I always hate saying goodbye because, it's a sad, emotional thing. No, it's because I know I'm going to see you again in one of the other channels. Is it really bye when you're leaving? I mean, other than you're just saying, hey, I'm going for the night. How's that? I'll just see you I'll see you at the next meeting. Slotcars Anonymous. Every one of us needs a sponsor because we got a problem. Now I'm laughing too much. Some people aren't big talkers, but are great listeners. You're right. I laugh a lot. It's a nervous tick of mine. I can talk a lot because I'm a truck driver. We don't talk to people most of the time. So when I get on here, I just let my mouth run. Most of the time, I'm not a shy person by any means, but I don't go out of my way just to go talk to everybody. So, how are my scratch builds coming along? Well, Chad, it's funny you mentioned that because I did bring that up earlier. Because David talked to me about my 55 that I was building last year, and so I started. He said I could get into this before it was due, but I just didn't find the time to do it. But I did get the motor painted. God bless the camera. Got the motor painted. I got the exhaust painted. I kind of tried to clean this up a little bit where it was kind of over. And then I'm still at the same stuck point. I don't know how to. Let's see if I can find the part. You know what I'm talking about? The little flat pieces. I know you cut them off. And I know, where's the body of that car? What the hey? Well, I'll have to use the Cobra. And I understand that they go either on top or on the bottom of the frame. So, like this section, and this would attach to your body through screws. I've also seen the pin method where it goes all the way through. This is not a good rendition of trying to show you what I'm talking about. I'm nervous about this part of soldering this on in the right place. And let's just say this is the Cobra, but for the 55, making sure that the body is going to fit on there correctly and how to make sure I get it aligned straight. Does that make sense? I have a CV. It's not working right now. I can hear, but I can't transmit. And when I was over the road, I always had to have a CV. I know a lot of people went to cell phones, but you're not admitting you have a problem. Well, neither am I, John. What are you talking about? So that's where I'm at. I'm still scared to put the body on the car, and it's like a mental block. I know it seems simple to do, but it's beating me up because I think about it and I go, man, and then I just don't do it. I'm just scared to freaking do it for some reason. And I know going forward, I know Harry said something about they were going to start using the long can Predator motors going forward. The 20,500. Is that what he said? Which I think, is that what this is? I don't even know. Yeah. So he said going forward with the cars going forward, he's going to use these motors. So now you're going to be putting 20,500 into a 132 car as well. If I get the camera to work with me. So if I can learn this part or feel comfortable with that part of mounting the body on the car, then that would be my first build, and I could actually send it in. And, I know they'll critique my car for me and tell me what I could do differently. And that's what I'm expecting whenever I do it. But, I don't want to send them this in the car and go, oh, yeah, can you put that together for me? Because that was not the point of the whole proxy to begin with. It was to build your own car. I just don't cut little tabs, then solder them. So don't cut them first. Just solder them on first, and then cut them off where you need them. Because see, I'm like, well, and it was probably the wrong thing to show you was the 55 and I'm not seeing the Cobra car anywhere, so that's never going to happen. They can get over that. I know George, it's not bad, but I know when I put this car up on the body, wherever it has to sit on those things, this has got to be straight or dead on, because otherwise my wheels are going to rub. These wheels are, I guess I need to get different wheels. These are too thick for this car. Yet it seems to work on everybody else's car, so it makes me think I'm doing something wrong. But honestly, that's where my problem is. And so it's kind of slowed me down on doing anything more with it when I said I was going to stick with the project. So, and then in particular, the way this is set up, I need it to sit at a certain height so that the wheels look like they're kind of the low ride, like in the movie, but not too low where they're rubbing the inside hull of the car. Is that camera picking it up right? So I keep dropping it from where I want it to be. Because it's going to be a bad mamma jammer when I'm done. Okay. What's the most money I would spend on a slot car? Do you really want to know that answer, Frank? I can answer it. And that was on a 132 car. And I'll bring it over. You've seen it before. Everybody's probably seen it before. And that would be my Charger by Pioneer. This is a dealer's edition. So they didn't make very many of them. I think I paid for the basic car, I think with taxes and everything else, I think it was like $190. It may have been 200. I can't remember now, but that's the most expensive car I know I've bought. Now I've got some Revo slots over there in the 124. I've paid 169 for, not including tax, so they're probably pretty close to this. And then my Revo slots are like what, 170 with taxes. So I was buying those from 132 slot cars. But yeah, so this car I don't run it very often. I ran it. It's a great running car. I won't lie. It's one of my favorites. Kind of basically, it runs just like the Dukes of Hazzard car by Pioneer. It's the same car, just a different rendition of it, painted up with Santa Claus. And this is, the light doesn't do it any justice. If you haven't seen the car, let me see if I can get the cap off of it. There's 3 versions of this car out there. Let's see here. Brighten the lights a little bit. I don't really want to do that too much. Yes, I do. Let's move this mic out of the way. So if you can capture I'm trying to get the angle. Okay. The car is red and green with the chrome rims. They make the two other cars. Both of them are Dodge Chargers. One is an off-white with the red stripe, and an off-white with just the green on this part, or on the top part. So you get the choices of those, and they're like $75-$80. But this was a dealer's edition. So yeah, I think this car's gorgeous. If I can keep the camera right, it's a gorgeous car. I mean, I showed it in one video, and originally it was planned for something else. Yeah, see, I never put the screw back in the bottom of it. So I'll show it off, because you'll see it again this Christmas. Is that a better close up? The camera's not focusing very well, and my mic's in the way. So I just thought it was a beautiful car, and the way they put the nice stickers on it. I mean, it looks really good. It's got an elf in the passenger seat, but it's Pioneer. So I think it's got the DPR in the bottom of it. Yeah, it's got the DPR capabilities in the bottom. I'll probably never make this car digital. This is more of my car that I run just at Christmas time. Does that make sense? Buy cars for just specific events, right? Yeah. You're right, Shane. I think it was worth it, and I was lucky to be able to get one. At the time, I couldn't find any of them, and he just happened to show up. I had seen them before, and then I couldn't find any. And last time I was looking, I actually thought about getting the other 2, but I did find another one, not from a different dealer. I think they only made one for each dealership. I don't know. I don't know the history on that one, but I knew I had to have it because I'm Santa Claus. Damn it! Yeah, it's a really nice looking car. But yeah, that's probably. I'll just say 200. Yeah, I did HO cars when I was a kid. My dad actually had the set, and it was built in his garage, and it folded down, and we ran on it. And then when we got older, he got a divorce from his second wife, and when he did that, he gave us the track, and we had it for a while on our front porch on the farm, and I honestly don't know what happened to it after that. I knew at one point we weren't using it anymore, so it's a possibility it probably got thrown away or sold off or something. I have no idea. Same thing with our G.I. Joes, man. We had them all. Gone. Masters of the Universe, we had them all. Gone. Don't you wish you could have that stuff back sometimes? I mean, I got this Gears of War stuff, and the kids keep trying to get me to buy it from me, and I keep telling them no. It's because of that bullshit right there. When I was a kid, I should have kept all that stuff, and My hobby would probably suck all that right out of me because I'd sell it all off to buy hobby. They're slot cars. I mean, I'm thinking of all the Tonka trucks I destroyed. Pat's listening in the truck again. You know that's his excuse every week. Lost sound because I touched my mic. See, now, if you see the light go off, you ain't going to hear me. Because all it takes. Now that I got that rant out of my system, we're good. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, see, I'm almost up to 2 hours already. And I said I wasn't going to do this. Guys, I don't want to keep up everybody's time tonight. I hope everybody had a good time. I actually had a good time. I guess that's why I keep doing these lives, because I'm having a good time doing it. Just talking to everybody. And I think that's what it's about, man. Because we all got the same common goal. We all love slot cars. We love racing them. We love the hobby. And but we can talk about more than just slot cars when we're out here. Of course, that's going to be the main subject. But I don't know, Frank. Was that too much money? I guess just ask that question, right? Yes. Hi, Pat. I loved your guys' show, man. Since you weren't here earlier, I've said it like 3 or 4 times. That was great. I think you guys should keep that up. See, Chris likes it. I'm glad you liked it, Chris. Because, like I said, that's really I would love to show more, but honestly, I'm probably going to stick to just doing the video parts of those to show you stuff. Because I mean, I even see it in Marty's channel when I go there. And most of the time I'm listening, like Pat is right now, because I'm trying to work on something. But he starts off with an idea of what he's going to do that night, and not necessarily ever gets to, because he's enjoying talking to you guys just like I am, or you guys would talking to me or him or whatever. And that's why I think his forum's so great. I just did it to kind of continue it a little bit, and people kept saying you should try it live, you should try it live, you should try it. So I decided to try it. Well, the funny thing is I like it more than just doing a video, because it's immediate response. You get to talk to people. Now, the only sad thing is my editing, when I go back and watch this after it's all over with, I'll be going, oh, I should have changed that. Oh, that was terrible. That's how I picked up that I didn't answer Brandon guy, Brandon Slot Cars or whatever it was, Slot Car Brandon. Is that what it was? And if any of you guys know him and you see him somewhere, you can apologize. I did not mean to ignore him. It was not. I just did not see his comments until I watched it back. Because everything I do, I watch back to make sure it went all right. And then I try to make necessary adjustments. But I'm still coming across as, hey, the guy that doesn't have anything, but we're going to talk. Long cam motors, big blocks. Yeah, that's what they should be. Yeah. The turbos V6s. We don't need no stinking V6s. I want the 454 for my slot cars, damn it. Why are we playing with 20,500? Let's put a 25K in there. Let's go. And if you don't know that sound, you guys have not watched enough TV in your life. It's all about the power. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Well, I should wait till at least 8:45, right? Okay, yeah. I actually watched a segment on that the other day. That's why that probably came into my head. Your new truck has a turbo 4-banger in it? You got a 4-cylinder pickup truck, Dad? Come on, man. Is it a Chevy at least? Slot Car Master. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Yeah, you're back. Good Lord, I haven't seen you in a while. Now, see what happened there? Somebody always comes in at the last minute, and I end up been busy for some time. Kind of missed. Yeah, we've kind of missed you, man. Oh, the ZR224. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. You know, those Colorados have come a long ways from what they first looked like. My dad had one that was just a plain white. Yeah, it was. I was like, yeah, I don't like this. Chevy did bad here. The ones that I'm seeing now, they're pretty badass. Yes, life is what happens, but slot cars help. You're right. And in my case, slot cars and trains. Yeah, me too, Chris. But I'm talking now because Craftmaster came in here, or Slot Craftmaster came in here. We can't have that. 310s, 434 foot-pounds of torque. Damn. Yeah, I just got the regular Chevy Silverado, so you're probably going to stomp me off the light to the next light, and the next light, and the next light. While going through construction, one of us is going to win. He who can take the most cones to the dash or to the nose of their car wins. You know what I'm talking about, Dad? It's terrible around here. It's like, good Lord, can you shut down one more road to make sure we can't get over there? Oh, you got 03 Sierra too? Mine's an 18 Chevy Silverado. It's the, I guess you call it, I don't know what the real route, they say quad cab, or I just saw mine's not the full size quad, it's the crew cab, I guess, or whatever you want to, not the crew cab, the extended cab with 4 doors. Got to buy a mop. What'd you do now? Now, Shane, you know I come and talk to you right after I get off of here. 300. See, Chevys are good for that stuff. And see, I had an 03 Chevy Silverado before I got the 16 and then the 18. I had it for 14 years. It was a great truck. Other than the damn, cap and rotor. I had to change it almost every 2 years because of moisture getting underneath it. You'll be back in 30 minutes? Well, I hope to be off here by then. Well, I hate to say the word hope because I really kind of just like talking to everybody, but I'll talk to you in about 30 minutes then. That's about the time I go to bed. Thanks. You know I'll stay up till 10. So you're back. Life's happened. Are you going to get back going there, Craftmaster? Yeah, I made the mistake. My wife, I got home with at the time I bought the 2016. I just got it home the night before. The next morning she had it up for sale at Facebook, and she sold my truck out from underneath me. Basically, I wanted to keep it because it had a little bit of rust in the corner panels, but other than that, it was a damn good truck. I mean, I actually still miss that truck. It was a good truck. Yeah, yeah. Women don't know the value of a truck to a man. They don't. They don't know. Well, because at the time I bought that 2003, I had never owned anything that new. It was 3 years old when I got it, and I was so proud of that truck. So you're building a prototype. Oh, now see, I've seen some of your work, so now I'm very intrigued. Yeah, exactly, Tad. It's like an old dog. You don't want to get rid of it. You want to you want to put it to rest when it's finally done. Yep, yep. I've been a truck man all my life. I can't. I've had a couple cars. I just can't do it no more. At least my wife understands that part. She goes, you would never drive a car. She bought one of those Toyota Camrys. I don't. It's a nice looking car. I don't like it. It's a nice looking car. I don't like riding in it. I've drove it a couple times. I mean, it's kind of fun to drive, but nah, I like my trucks. Even though they suck more gas right now. You've never had a car? Uh, well, at 16, I had a Ford pickup truck with a 67 Cougar exhaust welded underneath and 67 Cougar bucket seats mounted in it. It was a shifter on the floor. It had a brand new paint job. Um, it was a great car. Yeah, that's how I feel now. So then after that, for my 17th birthday, my dad basically traded me. I was having problems with the truck. The carrier bearing kept falling out of it. I mean, like monthly. I couldn't afford it with my little high school job. I probably could have, but I wanted to spend it somewhere else. So he gave me his 1979 Olds Calais, and we traded up. And that was my birthday present, and I loved that car. And that's where I got my love for Oldsmobiles started. So, and I've owned four of them, and I've owned a 1986 Chevy Cavalier. Hey guys, I can't say much. I was broke at the time. I needed a car, and the neighbor happened to be selling one for dirt cheap, and I bought it. And I forget how that worked. It was a good little car though. It lasted a long time. I don't remember what I think I just finally traded it in and got me not even a real truck. I got me one of those Jeep Comanches back. I think it was 1990 Jeep Comanche. You all right up there? My wife is doing something that caused something heavy to hit the floor. I'm pretty sure it wasn't her. Um, the Pontiac Sunbirds. You know, we rented one of those once with my first wife. I thought they were cool cars, man. They sucked. they were terrible cars. They didn't ride worth a shit. They felt like junk when you drove them. Your mom had one. Yeah, they were. I didn't like them at all. Ooh, now that is. I'll just keep that with myself and Tad because I think we're the only ones left in here. Oh, there's four of us. Who else is in here with us still? Yeah, the Sun Turds. Yeah, they were terrible, terrible cars. Um, and yet, honestly, I think it was that was Pontiac's cheapest car they ever made, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I think my wife is moving. So we bought new patio room furniture and we had it delivered, and we had to put it together. Well, she's been putting it together. This is her project. My project's down here, and I think she put it together in the living room. She's trying to get it out the back door now. I keep hearing a lot of thudding. She's not asked for my help, so it's not my fault. But Craftmaster, yeah, now I'm intrigued. I want to see that. And sadly, I have no F1 cars yet. They're very hard to get a hold of, and they're expensive as to boot. And then, I'd have to buy two because you can't have just one F1 car on the track. There's Frank. Yeah, he's still here. Yeah, I really need to get off here and I guess I'll go till 9 now because it's 8:53 according to my time. That wouldn't be bad either, Ted. That's not a bad idea. Then your hands are free. But see, my problem is even like when I was in band, I did some bands in 8th grade. Everybody always tapped their foot forward, so a lot of people use throttle on that. I'm better with my heel. So even when I any instruments I ever played, I always used the back of my heel and tapped it down. I think a lot of I think there's band members that still do that, but right, right. Now I see where you're going with this, Ted. Oh, and John's still here. John hasn't talked in a while, buddy. What's going on? I mean, I'm not trying to leave any of you out. We're down to 3. So that means at 9 o'clock I need to get off of here. Trombone. I did trumpet. I actually love the trumpet. As long as you ain't eating what you pick out of your nose, Ted, we'll be all right. I might still come over and race with you. Or you can come over here and race. I might let you in my house to race at my house. But if you're saving that for a meal later, it's all over. Here's the Smart Race app screen. That way everything will be on your... That heart's in my way. On your blank hands. I'm interested. I want to see this. Don't show it to me until you're done, though. They make good dressing in a lot of places. The only place I don't like them is when you go into a public bathroom, which I don't go into very often. I figure you're just going to tell me, no, they're good for protein, man. That's how I stay healthy, you know. I keep my immune system up by just eating all that nasty shit that came out from... Now we're getting to the gross part of this. What do we want to talk about that's not... We can change subjects. The subject is, we got 4 minutes, and yeah, good for gut health. That's right. I mean, you're technically taking what it says is bad for your body. That's what that stuff is, and you're putting it back in. So technically, you're building up an immune system against anything that comes at you. See, there's the ideals behind all that. It may be a gross way to do it, but it's better than still taking that COVID shot. Oh, I went political. Sorry, guys. Oh, nope, never took that COVID shot. Not going to either. I don't believe in that crap. I didn't say I didn't believe in COVID. I said I just don't believe in that crap. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna shut up. You know, honestly, they say that we screw ourselves by wearing shoes, because we're not soaking up any of the nutrients you can get from like walking in the grass and this, that, and the other. But they never asked me how many dogs I had, so that's why I don't walk in the grass without shoes. Cream of booger wheat. Damn, Frank. Where are you going with this? You sicko. He's adding his ingredients, Tad. He's already come. Man, next thing you know, he's going to be printing out a label for this stuff. Oh. Yeah. You have Frank with a chef's suit on going, have some cream of booger wheat soup. I can see the commercial already. I'm going to make a commercial for next week. I'm dying to. Frank, you better be here next week. I'm going to show you your commercial. I'm going to write it down. We're going to make sure something happens on that. Frank. What was it he said? Cream of booger. Got to make sure I write it down right. Cream of booger. Booger soup. Oh, I'm going to have fun with that one. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Guys, it's now 2 minutes till Booger Wheat. Now we've hyphened the name. We want to give it its own branding. Booger Wheat. You know, I've had a long day. You know what would make my day great? Just a can of Booger Wheat. Heat it up in the little sauce pot. Yeah, your mind is sick, Frank. Why did you even go there? I can't stop laughing about that one. That's actually funny. And you're not helping because you're adding to it. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can make that actually happen. You know, if I say I'm going to get a slot car done, I don't get it done. Let's see if I can make this can of soup happier or whatever. With a label and everything. I'm going to have it ready, and I'm going to have your commercial ready. You're going to have to get me a different hat. Where do you go to get a chef hats around here? I never see those in the stores. Party City, maybe? Not that I'd go there if I could. I hate going to that part of town. I hate Evansville, so. Oh, man, that's a way to end the night. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I'm sure we all got it. Most of us got to work tomorrow. I got to get up and leave early, so yeah. And Shane's going to talk to me at 9:30. So, you know, you said maybe. so now, okay, real quick, Tad, before you go. So now Frank's saying it's a dietary supplement. You want to lose weight quick? Have a can of Booger Wheat. Guaranteed you'll lose pounds in the first week. You'll either lose pounds or your money back. Oh, did we say we were giving out this for free? Booger Zempic. Yeah, well, that's not funny because I take the Ozempic. I actually destroyed my body enough to do that. That shit works. I don't have near the appetite. Well, I never really had my problem has always been the sodas, and we started drinking those out of spite way back in the day. Anyway, that's another story for another week, and I want you all to have a good night. Frank, John, Tad, thanks for staying with me. And I'm not sure I should be thanking you for all this because my stomach's kind of turning now. Bug zoop. I can't say that 3 times that quick. Bug Ozempic. Oh yeah, I forgot. Draft Master, I forgot you were there. Sorry, I apologize. Oh man, y'all have a good night, and I hope to see y'all again in the next chat somewhere else. And if not, I'll see you here next Thursday. Good night.